Hey guys, Insightful Nerd back with another Marvel Legend review. Today we have the long-awaited Daredevil Born Again, Daredevil, and Punisher. Once again, figures that have been sitting in the backlog for quite a while. These ones I pre-ordered, so whenever those went through last year, I think summer, around that time. Regardless, now's a good time with Born Again Season 2 coming out next Wednesday. At time of recording, it is the 18th. The brand new day trailer just came out for Spider-Man. Pretty freaking geeked about that. But yep, let's take a gander at the packaging. We'll start off with Daredevil. Here we have the front of the box, of course, showing the Daredevil Born Again logo, Marvel Legends logo top left. On the side, we have that stylized artwork of Daredevil. The other side, we have a bit more art on the bottom, Daredevil on the side. You can see a bit of the window there. Top of the box showing Daredevil's logo, which we are finally seeing on Daredevil himself in Season 2. Very excited for that. And the back of the box showing off that artwork once again, and a little bit of a read-up if you would like. I'm not even sure if you can read that, to be honest. So yeah, I think we'll just do these one at a time. So let's just crack this boy open and see what he can do. The inside of the box showing a bit of Hell's Kitchen. And of course, the plastic sleeve on the inside showing Daredevil and all of his accessories. First impressions, I'm liking the articulation we got going on here. Ooh, his ab crunch is a little bit stiff. There we go. This new setup I got going on, filming diagonally, so it's going to be a bit of a learning curve. This is the first video I'm attempting with it. My copy has a bit of a crooked cowl that is not ideal. I did pick up a second version of the figure when it was discounted on Amazon, so let me go check that and see if that's any better. The sealed copy does appear to be perfectly fine, so I might end up swapping the heads on these. I did buy the second version to potentially attempt the black suit. I'm not quite sure if I'll actually get to that. Depending on how Season 2 ends, if he adopts the double D's on the red suit, maybe I'll just add the logo to one of them. I guess time will tell. Regardless, a little bit unfortunate that my primary copy has a bit of a messed up mask. But overall, joints are feeling pretty nice. We'll go over articulation here in a moment. Overall, in terms of paint, the body is very well covered. They did add the details that were needed. On the cowl, though, I'm noticing a little triangle bit on the top does not have any, like it just stops abruptly, which is unfortunate. I wish they would have carried that over a little bit. For accessories, start off with the default pair of gripping hands, one fist and one splayed open hand, his billy clubs, and of course the cable to connect them that is included with most Daredevils. Unfortunately, we only get the masthead. I wish it would have came with a Matt Murdock head, or at least just a different expression. So that's a bit unfortunate to see. Taking a closer look, you can actually see the reason it's crooked is because the two pieces they glued together, they didn't actually press it in enough. So there's just a fat gap there. That is not ideal at all. Once again, not real happy about that, but now time for articulation. Arm goes up that high. Bit of a butterfly joint, but it doesn't do a whole lot for you. That might not be a butterfly joint. I think it's actually the same thing we have on the Deadpool and Wolverine, where it's just that free spinning piece on the inside. I don't think it's an actual butterfly joint. Regardless, elbow bends that far, bicep swivel, thigh cut, ankle pivot, wrist pivot. He can look down quite a bit, not so much up. I don't think you can really, yeah, not, that's about where, you can't really look up at all. Forward ab crunch and back. Leg kicks that far forward and that far back. And knee bends that far. So overall, not bad articulation for a standard Marvel Legend. That neck is a little bit disappointing, but the body overall is pretty nice. Figure standing in at about 6¼ inches from what it looks like. So for a Daredevil lineup, on the far left we have the recently reviewed mini comic book wave Frank Miller Daredevil. The second one is the Midnight Suns wave Daredevil. The fourth one is the Hydra Man 2-pack. And the one on the far right is the original Netflix Daredevil. Closer look at these two together, since they're obviously both Charlie Cox's version of Daredevil. Both just very nice. On camera, they don't appear to be the same color, but in person, they're very close. Obviously, the design of the suit has changed over the past decade. Crazy to think that he's even been in the role that long. A little bit different Billy Clubs. The old one, you could actually connect them. The new one is you can only connect them with the cable. But yeah, just really cool to see them next to each other. Both of them have nice texturing all throughout. Not really happy with the head sculpts on either, but definitely unique to see. And for a Daredevil Born Again comparison, here we have him stood next to the Michigan Mando's replica battle damaged cowl. Review coming Saturday. Here we have the Punisher now. Front of the box, same story. Side of the box showing some artwork of Punisher. The other side showing some smaller version of that art. Top of the box has the Daredevil logo. Would have loved to see them change that to the Punisher skull, but it all being branded with the same Born Again box makes sense. Once again, big fan of Punisher there and the read-up. Inside of the box showing a red version of Hell's Kitchen, which is a good contrast compared to the Daredevil packaging. The Daredevil one had gray, which contrasts the red figure versus the red back on the black figure. Not sure why the Daredevil one has a warning sign, this one doesn't though. Here's a sleeve on the inside. Accessories are definitely lacking, and we're going to get into that head sculpt. Yikes. First impressions, it seems like articulation is a similar story. Well, legs are a little stiffer because of that belt. I am noticing his forearms are quite long and skinny. Don't feel great about that. To start off accessories, here we have an open hand and trigger finger, as well as a fist and another trigger finger. Weapons included are this hatchet, this knife, and this gun. And yeah, the head sculpt is rough. His hair is super exaggerated. It does vaguely look like John Bernthal. But as many people have pointed out, it looks like he is just crying and not like he's about to tell me something. Once again, would have loved a alternate head, like a screaming face, or even the bearded look that he had towards the beginning of Born Again. Although, I'm guessing they had these promo images to go off of, so I don't blame them. But yeah, just like the Daredevil, accessories are lacking. Would have loved more hands. Would have loved a rifle for Punisher. Obviously, the alternate head would have been nice. I'm probably going to try and find a replacement, like a custom head for this, because this kind of looks ugly, to be honest. Anyways, articulation. Arm only goes up that far. The little fake butterfly joint gives you about that much motion. Bicep swivel, thigh cut, elbow bends that far, knee bends that far, wrist and ankle pivot. That's odd. His pivot like this way, and Daredevil's go the opposite. That's, yeah, not quite expected. Usually they just go like this. His go up and down. So that's interesting. Leg that far forward, that far back, because he's got a freaking large ass and his belt gets in the way. Like this one can't go back at all because he's got that knife pouch. Similar story going forward. He can look up way higher than Daredevil and pretty low as well. Hardly any crunch forward. A lot more crunch back. You can see they actually painted underneath there the extra bit of skull, which is nice, but again, most of the time it's going to be covered up. Regardless, I like the attention to detail of having the left side of it faded, because for some reason they can't just give him the full skull. Although I believe the special presentation has a new skull for him, which is all completed. But then we also see him in Spider-Man Brand New Day with a different skull. So, of course, he's going to follow the MCU tradition of a different suit for every screen appearance, unfortunately. We'll never see a classic look, I guarantee it. As expected, knife fits in the pouch. His gun fits in his holster. He's got a bunch of magazines on his belt. Those are not removable. No place to put the hatchet, so you can just have him hold it. And at height, once again, around 6¼ Well, just shy of 6½ it looks like. Just because of that damn afro on his head. For a Punisher comparison, here we have him next to the Bushwhacker 2-pack. Here he is with the Netflix Daredevil. Here he is with the Born Again Daredevil. You can see both of them line up real nice with each other. And for a bit of an MCU comparison, here we have him next to the Deadpool and Wolverine. And for your standard Marvel Legend, here we have them next to the 80th anniversary Iron Man. So yeah, overall, accessories are lacking. Head sculpts are kind of shit. Or I guess Daredevil's is fine. I just wish it wasn't broken. With the price jump, not worth it. For $25, I feel like it's still not quite worth it for what you're getting. So yeah, price isn't worth it. Accessories, very much lacking. The sculpts are overall really nice. Punisher's head sculpt, I feel like they should have just delayed the figure and started over. It looks shit. Daredevil looks fine. Mine being fucked up is unfortunate, but at least I have a spare that I can swap. Yeah, might turn that one into the second copy into a custom. We'll see. It also wouldn't surprise me if Hasbro came out with a recolor. We've seen through the set photos in the trailer, his suit gets damaged throughout it. I wouldn't mind if they did a couple recolors showing freshly painted, mild scuffed, completely fucked up and mangled. That would be cool to see. And since we've seen they're willing to do blood on figures with the Muse and Bullseye 2-pack, wouldn't mind another Punisher absolutely coated in blood. But yeah, I mean, me filming it this late, I mean, have fun trying to find these. You can find the Punisher for decent. The Daredevil came on sale like a month or two ago. But other than that, I have not seen the Daredevil for anything reasonable. But yeah, that is my review. Thank you very much for watching. We are currently working towards 100 subscribers. At time of recording, we are at 43. So it would mean a lot if you subscribe. When we finally hit that milestone, I will be reviewing the Legendary Rider series Hulkbuster from Toy Biz. Very cool figure. Wanted to open it for a while. So if you'd like to see that, feel free to subscribe. It'd mean a lot. But yeah, not much else. Peace.